Welcome to Open History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more video like this one.
Cahoe, Nevada's last outlaw, spent 15 years roaming the desert, surviving alone in caves and outsmarting every posse. When his bones were found in 1940, they marked the end of a man who became a legend of survival and fear. Trapped by an 800-pound boulder for 127 hours, Aaron Ralston made the unthinkable choice to amputate his own arm to survive. Bloodied but alive, he hiked to safety, a testament to the strength and will hidden in us all. London, 1895. A haunting portrait of a man with tuberous leprosy captures both pain and resilience. Today, Hansen's disease is curable, but the image reminds us of the stigma, fear, and humanity behind every case. Ötzi the Iceman, a 5,300-year-old mummy found in the Alps, revealed what Copper Age life was like. Preserved with his tools and meals, he even showed signs of murder, an arrow in his shoulder. His frozen body still fascinates scientists today. Julia Pastrana, born with hypertrichosis in 19th-century Mexico, was displayed worldwide as the ape woman. Exploited in life and even after death, she was finally laid to rest in 2013. Her story a haunting reminder of human cruelty. Behold, a Paraca skull from Peru, 2,000 years old. Its elongated shape and preserved rope reveal ancient cranial modification practices, offering a haunting glimpse into the rituals, beliefs, and resilience of a long-lost civilization. It was December 28, 1964, in Garfield Heights, Ohio. Barbara Klonowiski found Beverly Gerald's house eerily silent, the radio blaring and strange thumps upstairs, signaling that something was terribly wrong. Stefan Bobrovsky, born in 1890 in Poland and known as Lionel the Lion-Faced Man, lived with hypertrichosis, a condition covering his body in thick hair. Despite his appearance, he was gentle, intelligent, and amazed audiences across Europe and the US. A curious scene from 1961 shows a salesman refueling his motorized roller skates at a gas station, strapped to a backpack-like tank while the attendant pumps fuel, a whimsical glimpse of mid-20th century invention and imagination. A little girl from Yunnan, China, Qian Hongyan, lost both legs in 2000 in an accident. Using a makeshift basketball aid, she learned to move with courage and a smile, earning the nickname Basketball Girl and inspiring the nation. The Radium Girls, young factory workers in the 1920s, were poisoned by the very glow they painted with. Exposed to radium, their bones weakened, jaws deteriorated, and lives were stolen in silent, painful battles with cancer. Yoshiko Kawashima, a Manchu princess turned cunning double agent, navigated a world of espionage and betrayal. Her daring life ended in execution, labeled a traitor by those who once watched her every move. Here lies the skeleton of a 23-year-old soldier who fell at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Even after centuries, the fatal bullet remains lodged in his chest, a silent witness to the violence of that fateful day. On September 19, 1940, Dora von Nessen endured public humiliation in Ochatz, Germany, punished for loving a prisoner of war. Despite oppression, forced sterilization, and shame, she survived, living to 103 as a testament to courage and resilience. Randian, the living torso, was born in 1871 with no arms or legs. Despite his condition, he mastered daily tasks and amazed audiences by rolling and lighting cigarettes with his lips, becoming a symbol of resilience and ingenuity. Unearthed in a Neolithic settlement, this burial pit holds multiple skeletons laid to rest together, surrounded by pottery and offerings. It speaks of communal rituals, family ties, and the enduring human connection beyond death. Here, Kevin Yeager's concept heads for the 1988 film Child's Play illustrate Chucky's chilling evolution from an innocent plastic toy to a sinister figure of human flesh as the malevolent spirit takes hold. On June 16, 1944, George Stinney Jr., a 14-year-old boy weighing just 90 pounds, was executed in South Carolina's electric chair, the youngest person put to death in 20th century America. His trial was a gross miscarriage of justice, and decades later, in 2014, he was posthumously declared innocent. In the shadows of medieval dungeons, instruments like the spiked iron rabbit remind us of a time when cruelty was meticulously engineered, and fear was as much a weapon as the iron itself. Amid the daring maneuvers of Operation Martin Garden, British paratroopers found themselves captured, a stark reminder that even the boldest plans can meet with harsh reality. Over 34,600 troops were deployed in the largest airborne operation of history, yet courage alone could not guarantee safety.
The mysterious death of Sweden's King Charles XII in 1718 shocked Europe. For over 300 years, historians debated whether he fell in battle or was betrayed, leaving a legacy of bravery and enigma. In 1906, in the rugged hills of Van Lear, Kentucky, Ted Webb was born. Father of Loretta Lynn, he spent his life in coal mines, inspiring generations through music, later immortalized in the song Coal Miner's Daughter. In 1922, Elsie Bergman was born in Oslo, Norway. A bookkeeper's assistant, she was deported on December 1, 1942, and murdered in a gas chamber following the arrival selection. Discovered in South America, this pre-Columbian skull features deliberate carvings on its crown, including a cross-like incision. Evidence suggests the individual survived early surgical attempts, possibly trepansion, reflecting humanity's enduring quest to heal and understand. At just 4 years old, Stephen faced a grim prognosis, born with severe facial deformities. Through the determination of a compassionate stranger, he underwent life-changing surgery and, today at 26, thrives as a musician and embraces a life full of possibility. In the roaring 1920s, Eben Byers, a wealthy golfer, fell victim to radithor, a radioactive miracle water. What began as a promise of vitality ended in excruciating pain, tooth loss, and bone decay, ultimately claiming his life and shocking the world. High in the frozen Altai Mountains of Siberia, archaeologists uncovered the Siberian Ice Maiden, a 2,400-year-old Pazyryk noblewoman, exquisitely preserved with her tattoos, clothing, and burial treasures, offering a rare glimpse into the art, spirituality, and life of a nomadic Scythian concher. A multi-level parking structure rises in New York during the 1920s, a testament to the city's rapid embrace of the automobile and the evolving architecture designed to accommodate a new era of urban mobility. In 1972, deep within Namkang Forest, a haunting photograph captures a line of gorilla women crossing a swamp on a narrow log, their faces hidden behind plain white veils, a silent symbol of courage, unity, and the often overlooked sacrifices of women in the Vietnam War. In the 1930s Dust Bowl, children made their way to school clutching lunchboxes and books, wearing cloth coverings and goggles to shield themselves from the relentless clouds of dust that choked the plains. Amid the frozen heights of Monte Piana in 1917, an Austro-Hungarian soldier stands beside a fallen comrade draped over barbed wire, a stark reminder of the brutal mountain warfare that claimed thousands of lives in the Dolomites. On April 10, 1945, in Sogel, Germany, Private Forrest Francis Thompson, a Canadian dispatch rider, escorts a wounded Luftwaffe NCO during a German counterattack, embodying the courage, adaptability, and fleeting humanity found even in the chaos of war's final days. Circa 1895, in Humboldt County, California, Ka, a member of the Hupa tribe, stands near the Trinity River, a silent witness to the enduring presence and resilience of Native American communities along these lands. Calabria, Italy, circa 1945, a resilient woman from Bagnara balances a freshly caught swordfish atop her head, embodying the strength, skill, and daily perseverance of coastal communities in post-war Italy. A World War I trench raider, these soldiers, found on both sides of the conflict, volunteered for one of the most dangerous roles in the war. Sent in small groups, they infiltrated enemy trenches, armed with revolvers, knives, and brass knuckles, carrying out missions that required stealth, courage, and deadly precision. In 1960, Michael Rockefeller, the youngest son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller, ventured into Papua New Guinea to study the Asmat people. A year later, he vanished after his boat capsized, leaving one of the 20th century's enduring mysteries. In the summer of 1918, John Mintz, a German-American farmer in Minnesota, was tarred and feathered by a mob for refusing to buy war bonds, a harsh reminder of how fear and suspicion can turn patriotism into persecution. In 1945, a B-25 bomber, lost in dense fog, tragically crashed into New York's Empire State Building, taking the lives of 14 people and leaving an indelible mark on the city's skyline. White Belly, an Arapaho warrior, circa late 19th century, wears ceremonial face paint and feathers. His gaze reflects resilience and pride, showing the strength of his people amid the pressures of colonization and forced change. December 1937, Nanking, China. In the wake of the city's fall to Japanese forces, over 6 weeks, between 200,000 and 300,000 civilians were massacred, and tens of thousands of women suffered unspeakable atrocities, leaving a scar that endures in history. 1897, Arctic. Swedish explorers Solomon André, Knut Frankel, and Nils Strindberg attempted to reach the North Pole by hydrogen balloon. After 65 hours, disaster struck, leaving them to endure the frozen wilderness, their courage and journals preserving a haunting tale of survival. 1870s, Napoli, Italy. A Neapolitan peasant couple shares a simple yet joyful meal, eating spaghetti with their hands and drinking wine. Amid humble surroundings, their connection and daily life reveal the enduring warmth of human tradition. 1600s, Sonoran Desert. The Pimin people, calling themselves Akimel Oadum, or River People, carry the legacy of the ancient Hohokam culture. Their traditions and connection to the land endure through centuries of change. Captain Henry A. Chambers of the 49th North Carolina Infantry narrowly escaped death on December 13, 1862, when a bullet tore through his coats and maps without touching his flesh, a stark reminder of the perils soldiers faced daily. A 35-year-old Jewish mother from Hungary and her 5-year-old daughter were rescued by American troops near Farsleben in early April 1945 after being transported between concentration camps, a brief moment of hope amid the horrors of war. In 1851, high in Montana's Bitterroot Mountains, the Whitaker family lived as reclusive hunters, teaching their children the ways of the land and survival. Known later as the ghost family of the Bitterroots, they embodied self-sufficiency and quiet resilience.
Thanks for watching. Got an idea for a forgotten era I should explore? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to make it.